And we're live.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to Fart Noise Cast.
We're professionals. We've only done this 223 other times, plus some.
Plus a bunch others.
Ah, damn it. Dropping frames already. What the shit, cock, ball, shit, cock, fuck.
I hope it dropped some of those frames, because those were filthy.
I know what
filthy
you
drop.
Filthy drop frames.
Fuck.
How we doing now?
I don't know. We
Okay.
dropped 60 frames. We dropped a whole 2 seconds.
So, like, we had a packet
I don't know.
loss?
Maybe a little bit of packet loss. I'm going to put the thing on here. Let me look.
Hey.
Thing.
Yeah, why don't you just whip it out? Put the thing on there.
Nope. All right. I was going to make sure nothing was running on my PC out there.
Make sure nothing's running on your space phone either.
Yeah.
Like, you know, NASA.
Space phone's on airplane mode.
Make sure you're not talking to the space station.
That might be.
Sending coordinates. Space phone.
Space phone.
So dumb.
Fine. I'm just going to go walk out there. I don't know.
Okay.
I thought I had tools to connect up like a cool guy.
Nope.
Remote, but
Johnny Cool Guy.
Johnny Cool Guy's going to go walk out and manually do it.
Yep. Are you composing a tweet?
Usually.
All right.
Motherfucker. Everything's funnier with a motherfucker on it.
Yeah. Don't I know?
Trademark. Can I put motherfuckers on the official BMFcast Twitter account?
I dropped one little frame and my mom got scared.
So you're moving to Kansas City where they have Google Fiber there.
Provo, Utah. It's closer to Bel Air.
Yeah, all that matters is that it rhymes.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Stop. The thing.
Yeah, jeez. Jeez, guy.
Jeez.
Calm down. I think we're still good on the frames. We
Yeah.
only dropped those original 60, so.
All right.
Must have just been a blip.
A blip. You're a blurb.
We're going to start with the name calling? Huh?
No.
All right.
Burp. BMFcast is youtube.com.
Hackey's gone, and we've resorted to just babbling. No, for burger.
Why not for burger?
Oh, for burger. I'm sorry.
for burger.
The emphasis was on the wrong
The
syllable.
emphasis is on the wrong syllable. Syllable, my novel.
What's going on? Trying to pull things up here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't even know
dumbasses.
anything anymore. I have now twatted.
Okay.
Twoter.
Bird comb.
Did he say bird
Yeah, he had. That's the only thing he could have said. There's nothing else he could have
Loaded him with
said.
20 cc's of bird cum.
I know. I didn't think you could say that in the 80s.
You can't do that on television.
Yeah. What?
I don't know.
Oh, is that what that was? Gross.
Yes.
Wendy's, your captions.
Different color in Canada.
Ah,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Right there, Chuck?
Yep. I'm
Cool.
good.
Cool.
We refuse the right to refuse. Ah, that would have been a good one, too. To refuse service to assholes like you.
Yes, let's insult our audience right off the bat.
I called them motherfuckers. What? What's
If it was that was more indirect. I mean, you
More erect?
assholes like
What?
you is like it's very direct. It's
Yeah.
Oh,
like for someone's
I thought
like,
you were saying I was
what? I'm
very
not
erect.
an asshole.
it's true.
I know. I'm not an asshole. I just play one on TV.
And the internet.
Yeah.
And in real life.
It's the future of it. TV. It's the internet.
In
Some
TV,
10 years ago. That was
in
20 years
TV
ago.
or net.
And they walked in. They're like, the future of television is the internet. Everyone went, "Ugh,
Yeah.
this guy's onto something.
Hamburgers.
For America.
Got a lot going on in the chat.
Not yet. It's me saying, what a pickle we found ourselves in.
Uh-huh.
And BJ going, ham, burgers. 2 separate posts.
I get it. I get it. Oh.
I never even hear of this movie before. Never heard of this movie before.
I knew it because of Mystery Science Theater. They referenced it at some point.
Oh.
That's the only reason it was on my radar.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
So that's the thing.
I have no idea why I thought of it for this week. I was just like, what's a movie that probably has astagonists in it that Josh would get so pissed off at? I mean, Mackie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mackie.
There. Now he's going to flag our video.
Sorry, I was doing an impression of Walt. Doing an impression of Josh.
I won't do it.
Hey, how about we make a thing where we speak words?
What kind of thing do you want to make?
I'm thinking podcast.
Like oh, I thought you meant like a pressed fruit bowl.
We could do that.
Okay.
How about a hamburger
Okay, let's make a hamburger.
for America?
Yep.
For America! Watch, that'll get flagged too. Fucking YouTube. Fucking commies.
Yeah.
Godless commie heathens.
Excuse me, Dick Butkus guy.
Don't hum it too well.
If they flag it, we can say it's a cover.
Yeah, it's covered.
And they're like, oh, okay.
Mouth cover.
Totally works. What?
Well, the algorithm's so stupid. Bands have been coming forward saying, "Yeah, our own video got flagged."
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Like, we were asked by so and so to post this video. We did. We
Yep.
got flagged for our own song.
Yep. And it took a month to get it back on. Sales plummeted.
Cities fell.
Mm-hmm.
Empires crumbled.
Use tubed.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, let's talk about this movie on a podcast.
Sweet. Someone make a clapping noise. and
Sure, I'll do
make
that,
I'll
'cause
push
I'm
push a
good
button-y thing.
All right, here we go.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast!
Episode 224.
Whoa!
Wow.
Ah!
Wow. Look at those numbers just climbing away.
Always be surprised by the number every time we do.
Wow.
What?
I don't even know what I did 10 minutes ago,
I know.
so everything's a surprise.
So I'm
I'm BJ.
I'm high. I'm high.
I'm Hamburger.
I'm high, Harlow.
I'm a hot dog.
Would you hate me?
Live stream people are getting their money's worth. Back up here.
So I'm Harlow,
I'm BJ.
And I'm Chuck.
and we're Macculus again.
Thank God.
Yeah, right?
I'm tired of that.
So then we can
motherfucker.
watch cool
No.
80s movies where people are dicks to each other.
Yeah, that's what we tend to do when he goes away.
Yeah. But you know what we do overall? Is we
Movies.
go ahead and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie.
Go on.
Then perhaps we come in here and we talk about it for the first half. Then the good bad movies, the enjoyable bad movies, they get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
All right.
Yeah,
I know,
I'm
right?
down with robot.
I like
Yeah.
robot jocks.
But wait,
robots.
caveat emptor.
Mhm.
The bad movies, this is stay away. They get a negative sliding scale, 1 to 5 bags and douchebags after Twilight.
Oh, that movie's
one's-
not
that
good.
one's-
No,
poop.
No. Bad movie.
So, yeah, random movie. We knew Mackie was going to be here, so Chuck started getting the hamster wheel going in his brain and was like, hey, what does Mackie not like more than most anything?
Fun.
Musicals and or antagonists. So
And last time we did a musical.
Yeah, this time it was Astagonist time. So we did 1986's Hamburger, the motion picture.
Hamburger. It's just called Hamburger, the motion picture.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
Hamburger,
couldn't. They couldn't be
the motion
fucking
picture.
bothered to come up with a better.
No.
No.
Well,
Following Hot Dog the movie.
It was the hot success of Hot Dog the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put him on a double bill.
Double bun.
Yeah.
Anyway, plot summary. Let's do a plot summary for this, and then we can talk more about it. Mm-hmm. Russell has been expelled from several schools for lewd, crude, and nude conduct. Busterburger University is his last chance at education and satisfying his disappointed parents. Son, we are disappointed.
They were really disappointed.
So yeah, opening shot is a montage of burger places set to hamburgers.
Hamburgers
For America.
for America.
My new favorite song.
It's a pretty good song.
I love it.
It's
and
pretty good.
Lots of 80s people eating some
Oh
hamburgers.
man, some of the finest mustachios in the Midwest.
Salt
Yep.
of the earth right here. Just
and,
really.
and salt on your hamburger
Yeah.
twice.
Yes. 2 different kinds of salt we had in the 80s.
Both the regular table salt and the other regular table
Oh,
salt.
I see.
One of them was sea salt, maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
No, we didn't have that
we
in the
didn't.
80s.
No.
We hadn't
We
developed.
didn't
sea
have
salt yet.
oceans.
There's no oceans yet. It was just land.
Yeah. Just land as far as I could see.
Right.
So yeah, that montage happens, and lots of people eating lots of different kinds of burgers, like
Yeah.
disgusting,
Just-
greasy ball burgers.
Shoving them right in their faces.
I mean, the worst one was like they're taking them like off the grill, never even remotely like shaking the grease off, and just throwing them onto the patties, and then
No.
like picking the patty up and just watching it go sploosh, just all over everything.
Yeah, that one lady was just wiping grease all over her face. Like, couldn't get the hamburger in her face fast enough.
Yeah.
There's a ham montage burger.
Pretty good.
Yep. So yeah, that happens, and then cut to some university, doesn't matter the name, panning across the girls' dormitory, actually specifically the shower room, at like an odd angle where it's like, where are the boobs? And
It's
then,
just right above nipple height.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
it's like, okay, well, all right, choice. And then about 4 or 5 stalls down, there's a guy with a girl, and that's where it's like, okay, pull back, there's your boobs. Mm-hmm. And yeah, guy and girl are sort of getting it on in the shower, and then I guess dorm mom, whatever, comes around the corner and
Shower
is like,
warden.
Yeah. That's a pretty powerful spell. But yeah, she's like, you! And I don't know, hijinks ensue as he's like, whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, and there's more boobs and everything in the background, of course.
Sure,
because
yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
There were a few gratuitous expressions of freedom.
Yeah. And then he's whisked away to the guidance counselor / school doctor, counselor, whatever person.
School
psychiatrist.
psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And she's like, well,
Doctor
this is where she's like,
knob or something.
yeah, Doctor
vague-
Exposition, basically, because
Yeah.
she's like, you've been kicked out of all these schools for lewd, crude, nude conduct, blah, 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 and you're having your thing in a sling. And all
Yes, that was a direct quote.
Yeah.
That's
In a
in his
sling.
school record. Thing in a sling. You were kicked out of such and such for.
And he's just like,
thing in a
well,
sling.
you know, I'm sorry. Look at me. Look at me.
Yes. That's basically.
And she's
the
like, well, I am looking at you.
yeah. So
Hair goes down, glasses come off.
she gets all hot for teacher.
Yeah, and starts, you know, getting a little naked herself, and that's when I guess the dean or whatever guy comes in and is like,
She gets Superman naked. She like rips open shirt like haha breasts. And
the best
yeah.
power.
Yes.
And yeah, so the dean walks in and is like, you, Mahoney! Whatever his name is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so he gets kicked out of this school, and then he's just like, oh, my dad's going to kill me. Hard cut to, his head being pounded against the sofa by his dad, just choking the shit out of him.
It's a good gag.
Yeah.
It's like Homer Simpson level of
Yeah.
Yeah, just
violence.
and then the mom comes in like, you're gonna kill him.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, well, I'm sorry. Look at me. And then she's like, I'm gonna kill him too. And basically it all boils down to yelling for about 5 minutes about how you've gotten kicked out of so many universities and you're going through your grandfather's inheritance of $250,000 and you're not gonna see a penny unless you get a diploma.
Yep.
Exposition.
Yes.
What are you gonna do? No college will take you now after you've been expelled this many times.
Wait for it.
Commercial on the TV. With funk guy, Vunk.
Yeah. Lyman
Lyman Vunk.
Vunk.
Yeah. At Buster Burger University. Well, he runs Buster Burgers is a joint, which is basically McDonald's, more or less. You know.
Okay.
The point. I mean, they're even.
Well,
it's even red and yellow. I mean, it's the same.
McDougal's.
Yeah.
Just saying, it's basically that's the thing.
Okay.
But,
It's I don't know. It's pretty overblown.
yeah.
Like
Yes.
It's super corporate burger joint craziness.
Yeah.
It's kind of like movies and Clerks too.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, because they're wearing horns, like the managers are wearing horns. But yeah, he's like
did you notice based on the rank of the employee,
the bigger the horns.
The bigger the horns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
That was
yeah,
not
he's like,
subtle
we're
at
looking
all.
for managers and smart people to run our franchises. So come on down to Colorado to Buster Burger University, and
free.
We'll get you in free and
No
teach you
tuition.
everything you need to do. Get you a diploma, even on real bullskin. Blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and
Rub-a-dub.
I guess the guy's like,
Great
yeah, all right.
dialogue.
Well, I guess that. Well, he goes to. Or he's like, the trick is go to your local Buster Burger to apply.
Yes.
So he does. What is our dude's name?
Russell.
Russell. So yeah, Russell goes to the local Buster Burger, and of course the blonde cashier is like, "Hi, can I get you anything? Like, I don't know my number.
Yeah. Or
nipple salad,
Breast in your face. What would you like?
What else can you want to nibble on?
Yeah.
And he's like, nothing, because he's trying to turn his act straight at this point. He's like,
Yeah. I can't have sex with you. I have to concentrate.
So he goes around the corner and talks to the manager, and the guy's like, "Heck yeah, it's real. Go on that Colorado, good to Buster University, yeah."
That guy's super
and
stoked.
he's got giant longhorns on his head because he's the manager. He's like talking about how he's going to buy a franchise and everything. Yeah, it's real. Go on down there and get yourself an education.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, cut to showing up for this place. I mean, this movie wastes no time. It's just time to get there. Let's get to the hijinks. And
Yep.
yeah, it's like first day of school. They're being rounded up onto the quad, and
All the ruffians are there.
yeah, there's.
Just an assortment of assholes.
We should go ahead and say that this movie is basically Police Academy, but at Burger Academy.
Yes.
It's something like that.
I mean, it's a bit goofier.
Yeah.
It's a bit more motherfuckery.
Yes, that too. Well, the first Police Academy is pretty hard R. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but the Dick Butkus is our drill sergeant guy. I don't know why they have a drill sergeant at the burger place.
Because somebody's got to whip those
those
meatballs
a-holes.
into shape
Yeah.
or something.
But I mean, there's like condiments running around in the background, like people in
Yeah.
almost Heinz ketchup bottles and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah. It's
it's
And
wacky.
like a random pickle running around.
it's like a burger amusement park,
Well,
really.
well, that's like there's some really great like behind the scenes shots because like there's a guy in a pickle costume running through. And he's like, "Make way for the pickles!" He's just running across through the screen. It's like, all right,
Wasn't he just carrying a
Yeah,
a
he was
giant
carrying a
pickle?
giant
Oh, was he?
pickle. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Look
It's
out.
probably that same giant pickle that shows up later.
Probably.
So,
In your mouth.
but yeah, so Dick Butkus, like basically we learned that like some people want to be here, some people kind of don't. It's also like a punishment to have to go here because they
Yeah.
they
Well, they
bring
kidnap a black musician.
yeah,
Magneto Jones.
fucking great name by the way.
I need Magneto Jones to play my next birthday party.
That is up there.
But yeah, they wheel this guy in handcuffs, and he's like freaking out. He's just like, "What am I doing here?" And they're just basically like, "We haven't had a black manager in 25 years, so you're the one."
Yeah,
It's like so they kidnapped a famous black musician and are going to turn him into a
to show them
Buster
that they're not.
Burger
but
manager.
Magneto Jones. I mean, that's like Wes Mantooth level great name. That
Yeah.
is fucking great.
It's really good. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
But there's just an assortment of just like there's a nun who heard the higher calling, which is the jingle, to come, and there's a fat guy.
Yep.
And
There's a nerdy kid who
Yeah.
has dreamed to be a Buster Burger employee.
Yeah.
Zipser.
And then there's
And they fuck his name up at every opportunity,
sure,
by the way.
it's fun. And then there's just I don't know, Don Flamenco, whatever that guy's name is,
Don Flamenco from Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
yeah. Okay. I don't know. Hawaiian shirt guy.
Sure.
Russell's buddy throughout the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name. Fred Domino.
He's Barney. Like,
yeah.
just call him Barney, even though his name is Fred, which is confusing. He's Barney to
Okay.
our main guy's Fred.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
But he's just like, hey,
name is Fred, doesn't
we're
it?
going to have sex and do things. And Russell's like, but I can't. I have to get my degree and to be a normal guy.
Yeah. And we
No,
didn't-
for
we
a
didn't-
$250,000 inheritance.
Well, yeah.
We didn't
Fuck the
mention the
other
gorilla lady, the gorilla fighter lady.
Guacamole.
Yeah. Well, her
Yeah.
name's like Maria Cachito, blah, 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 you know,
Right.
like 18 different names.
Yeah.
But
her
yeah.
last name is Mezzanine,
Yeah.
and she's from Guacamole.
She's a freedom fighter.
Yeah, yeah.
She has her own Uzi.
She does. She brought an Uzi to school.
And no one has issue with
She's
it.
from Guacamole in the avocado jungle.
Yes. Joe fucking Biscuit.
The avocado jungle of death.
Yeah. Yeah, so collection of assholes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, fat guy has. Let's just get this. Let's get this
Yes.
gag out of the way.
Yes,
right
please.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, so he has the thing. He's like, they're like, you can't be a manager here, scumbag, because you're fat. We don't want you eating all the food. He's like, well, I'm not going to eat all the food because I have this shocker thing that he puts on his pinky and does a very low rent Chris Farley routine of shocking himself, and that will pop up various times in the movie. But we're not going to cover it because it gets increasingly terrible.
The problem with the gag
really
is
bad.
that it goes on forever.
Yeah.
It's like if he just got a mild shock and played it off, that would be fine. But it's like minutes that is just fat guy shaking, and it's like, God, stop.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So that happens here, and about 3 or 4 other times. That's it. We're done.
Yeah.
It happens.
takes the wind out of the sails every time it happens.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, Dick Butkus yells at them for a while and
Yeah.
gets a little racist with the black guy, and then it's like, we don't believe in
yeah.
racism.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
They get a lot racist.
Well,
with him.
he gets a lot racist later, but yeah,
Right up front, he's kind of like, I'm an asshole, so I'm going to be kind of racist to you.
Right.
But come on, buddy, you're all right.
Yeah, but I should mention that Magneto Jones spends the rest of the movie in handcuffs,
Yeah.
even while he's attending college.
Yes. Well, he keeps
All right.
trying to escape.
Yes, he does. Well,
It's a
good
comment
reason.
on race relations in modern America.
Sure.
In
Modern
86.
1983 America.
well, it was the. Well, no, it wasn't the bicentennial. No, I can't. I was going to make some kind of joke like that, but no,
It was not.
bicentennial plus 10.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, anyway,
Bicentennial.
it's the 100-year anniversary of the Statue of Liberty.
Bicentennial.
Stupid facts. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, the two guys go back to their room, and of course,
It's all
whatever.
burger related.
Let's say Barney is like he smuggled in things, all the contraband, because they're not allowed to smoke, have alcohol, do drugs, have sex, or,
No
or
outside
outside food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or leave campus.
Yeah.
And so taped all over his body is pornography and Twinkies and
Cigarettes
condoms.
and booze.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Yeah. Also, the
And
rooms are worth noting. There is half of a bowl sticking out of the ass half of a bowl sticking out of the wall, and there are 2 beds that are shaped like hamburgers.
Yep.
And they're fairly accurate hamburger beds, except they're not actually made out of hamburgers.
They're
but-
like the hamburger phone is what they look like. That
Yeah,
thing. The thing is that is like when they take the bun off to get onto the mattress has like seeds like strapped onto it. So it's the
Yeah.
most uncomfortable looking thing I've ever seen.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But hey,
It's a
you know,
burger.
It's
Yeah.
burger school. What do you expect?
Yeah.
I don't know, jokes, because the guy's like, hey, you want a snack? He's like, sure, I'll take a donut, and he like reaches for his crotch. He's like, I'll take a Twinkie instead.
Yeah.
And jokes like that.
Ha, ha, ha. He's like, hey, I know you need some rubbers, right? Ah, there you go. And he's like, no,
Nope.
can't have sex. I'm going to get my diploma and get money. So none of that. And
Don't
Yeah.
fuck bitches so that you can get money.
they're like, come on, let's go to the orientation mixer.
Yeah.
Because that's a good idea.
I don't know. Nothing really comes to this other than a little bit more exposition that Dick Butkus is dating the burger guy's daughter.
Right.
And
the guy has a hot wife
Fucking hot wife.
with giant fake hooters. And she's just stereotypical must sleep with whoever's moving.
right.
And she latches on to Fred Domino or whatever his name is.
Fred Domino is actually exactly his name.
Oh, really? Okay, fantastic.
For once, you got it right. But
just-
like I said, we're calling him Barney because it's going to
Okay.
get confusing.
Yeah,
So
okay, fine.
Barney the sidekick.
Okay.
Russell the head guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't. Like at one point, there's just shenanigans going on, and Russell ends up talking to the head guy's daughter.
Right. Mia. Let's just.
Okay, and
Yeah.
Dick Butkus is like, "Oh hell no!
Yeah, I hate this guy now.
Yeah, just how dare you?" Even though he doesn't really like her, he so that he can get into upper management.
Right.
And so up in the pool.
Yeah, because of the stupid shocking joke again.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then it's like,
But then nerdy guy's like, "Pool!" And everyone's just like, "Fuck yeah!" just jumps in the pool.
and even
kinda
Mr.
what
Vunk
happens.
comes out and he's like, pool party.
Pool party.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Stuff.
that's just kind of, ends up as a wah wah.
Yeah, everyone's wet.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that the the huge-breasted lady was floating above the water because giant breast
Jokes.
Yes.
And then I think it's basically time for some classes and kind of a long montagey bit as they go through their various and assorted classes.
They're
But-
dedicated to this bit, Hamburger University.
Yeah,
For better or for worse, they are dedicated to the bit.
yeah,
Well,
because
yeah.
Mr. Vunk actually basically runs like slogan class where this whole thing is
It's customer service is what he's teaching.
Yeah, it's basically it starts becoming that this whole thing is like burger cult because he's just like, the customer's always right except for when we are, and everyone's like, the customer's always right except for when we are. And then he's like,
repeat after me,
yeah.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
and then he's like, we have the right to refuse service to assholes like you.
Yeah.
And then the best line, which is, put those cookies back, you motherfucker.
Yeah,
Which you need when you're running a restaurant.
sure.
It's like if somebody tries to steal cookies from you, you'd say, put those cookies back, you mother... And
They all repeat it.
Yeah.
yeah, so
So
that
oh, we forgot to... this is important for reasons. The nun, the aforementioned nun,
Right.
everybody's got these outfits that are like, you know, the red jumpsuits with like yellow epaulets, and they've got the doofy hats. Well, the nun shows up, and she's got on this red habit with yellow accents instead of the jumpsuity thing. It's pretty fucking awesome.
Yep.
I admire their commitment to that character.
She never
so
breaks
that's
Yes.
his class is presented very much in that like talking
Can't
head
break the habit.
Orwellian thing, because like he's up higher and
Yeah.
like weirdly backlit, and everyone's just chanting what he says.
Yeah, it's the cult of Buster Burger, basically.
So he's like the mad scientist class, who's Dr. Mole,
Dr. Mole.
Dr. Mole,
Mole.
and he teaches like pickleology or something like that.
it's the Institute for Gherkin Research or
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
total nonsense bullshit. But
He's teaching other things, like
Yeah.
you can identify where a burger's from by the
Right.
way it tastes and the texture and the smell. And
But yeah,
what
his
it feels like
his
it
classroom's
follows.
the weird mad scientist layer. And,
Yes.
a pickle gives birth at one point. It's
Yeah.
it's very strange.
Well, it dies on the operating table, but they save the
save the
babies.
baby
C-section.
pickles.
Yeah. P-section.
Oh man, I love that George Clinton P section.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, and Mia has a class that's actually kind of normal, where she's like teaching you the parts of the cow for the meat and everything.
Yeah, except she has a giant wooden cow and she
I'm
chainsaws
just
the head
saying,
off.
compared to most of the other ones, hers is kind of normal.
it's
And
kind of normal.
I think that's basically the only classes they.
Oh,
show
and
you.
there are bull balls on the giant wooden
Yeah.
bowl
Yeah.
that she chops off with a cleaver.
Well, there's the onion cutting class,
Yes.
Oh yes, I don't know who taught that. but that was-
Onionology.
which is a terrible joke of all of them just crying. It gets to the end, and what's her face from Guacamole is just crying, but just massacring onions with the machete. He sets up these really bad jokes, and then 10% of the time, out of nowhere, just does this really funny bit right in the middle of it. It's like great frustration most of the time, and that's that bit. I mean,
Well,
because you're
let's rate it.
watching,
That's what's
yeah, but I
about
mean,
done.
you're watching the scene, and it's just like, oh god, this is okay. We get it. Onions make you cry. It's not that funny, and then they just end it with that, and you're just like, all right, well, that was worth it, I guess.
Yep. Yep.
There's like the machine.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. Because Dick Butkus does teach a class because
He touches the I Love Lucy
Bickus
conveyor belt
Dickus
class.
teaches a class.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because burger patties go through this laser on one side.
Laser cooker.
That's actually got a nuclear fallout sign on
Yeah.
it, like radiation warning sign
Kind
on
of
it.
dangerous.
And then as it's coming through, it drops. Oh, you can put the lettuce and tomato on it, and
It's
then
got
the
a little.
yeah.
It's a kind of fancy, awesome
Yeah.
looking machine, actually.
and then the other side has like the bottom patty coming out that's putting ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, and secret sauce.
Way
on it.
too much
Way
of
too much
all
of it.
four of those.
it's
It
just
comes out
gross.
like an inch thick in sauce on top of the bun. It's gross.
Oh, and then that's the top of the burger, and then the bottom of the burgers are like on this little spring-loaded riser thing.
Yeah.
And they have to put on cheese and pickles and other assorted things by hand, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, not apparently not by touching it.
No,
Never
no,
touch it.
Never
although
touch the burger.
He
All-
fucking touches it
Well,
right away.
Fucking Dick Butkus, when he's explaining it, touches the thing immediately.
Yeah.
He's like, stick it in the box and just. bleh."
So yeah, of course he's like, I don't like you, so you're up first, and
Yeah.
then is standing back maniacally twisting the knob to make everything go faster and faster.
Right. And it's like 80s computer where it's just, like
Yeah.
robot voice and generic lights, and it's just all stupid
Error,
bullshit.
error, error.
And like the sauce machines start exploding, and there's just fart noises everywhere as like the mayonnaise machine explodes, and
Yes.
yeah. And he just like, you failed, and just shoves his face right.
I guess you could say he didn't cut the mustard. But yeah, so
Yeah.
that scene's over. And, okay, and I think Fred and what's his face?
Russell.
All right, Barney, I'm doing it now. Russell and Barney
Okay.
decide to go like sneak off campus and go to a Chinese restaurant.
They want real food.
Yeah.
So they go to a Chinese food place. There's some
It looks like, more of a Chinese food place than most Chinese food places. we're
Sure.
used
I
to
mean,
in
it's a
America.
fine downtown
it's a
Colorado
sit-down
eatery.
Chinese, Yeah.
But this is set up because like they jump on the roof of the laundry truck and it goes through Checkpoint Charlie, to which they catch Magneto hiding in the back trying to escape because he's got to go to some college or some concert, and he's like, "Come on, guys, I can get you laid when I start singing. The panties drop." Yeah. And
like,
yeah,
nope.
so they're like, "Well, all right, we caught the guy," and of course they get off on the roof, and they show up at the Chinese food restaurant, and there's
Tits McGee
and daughter, or as they refer to her, Mamma Mia.
They're super chummy with one another, which is weird because they're like not actual mother and daughter, but they sort of act like best friends.
She
think
was
she was her
one
friend.
of her friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She showed up at the
that's
at
right.
Burger
Yeah, she
U
expla-
at some point,
Yeah.
and old man Vunk swept her off her
He vunked her.
Yeah.
Gave her the vunk.
We walk the Vunk.
So so they sit down with them and
Well,
start.
Russell's like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
Because I'm going. They're going to have sex with me, and I can't. That can't happen. So he's like, no, sit down, because Domino wants to get laid.
Yeah.
And so they're like, okay, let's order all the vaguely racist Chinese food that we can order.
Yep.
Well, not only vaguely racist, also like double entendre. Like,
Yeah.
I don't remember any of them.
But they didn't order the cream of some young guy. But
No, but she did say
Yes, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something
Some
about
version of
ordering
it.
the some young boy.
Yeah.
Or eating the some whatever.
yeah.
Terrible jokes.
Anyway, so like Dick Butkus walks in.
With his brand new car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a brand
like-
new 1985 Mustang
Yeah.
GT.
Shitty looking car.
That
Worst
is
car.
off the line, ready to fall a fucking apart.
Because, like, there's a dubbed parking attendant who's just like, oh, yes, sir, I will take care of your car.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is brand new. You don't touch my car, maggot. Whatever.
And then he walks in and like pushes someone out of the way. Like there's like a waiter walking
Immediately, just like stiff arms.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That happened.
If
And
you have
then-
Dick Butkus in your movie,
Sure.
you got to have some
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
I guess.
But yeah, so of course they're like, "Oh no, it's him. We're gonna get caught.
Hide.
So hide under the table."
Right.
And then of course he comes over and has to sit down with them, and
Ladies.
they're like, "Oh, we were just leaving." And then that's when the giant tray of food, and he's like, "That's an awful lot of food for just two people." And they're like, "We were
Mind if I
hungry,
help
haha."
you eat it?
And then
And then Barney decides going to take this opportunity while he's under the table to perform oral sex upon Miss Vunk.
That's a way to put it. Yep. And she
And
just starts
She complies.
enjoying it, sweating,
Yep.
and
Jokes.
there are jokes about what's wrong with her.
Spicy balls.
Spicy balls. The table starts vibrating,
Yes.
and they're like, "Oh, it must be an earthquake."
Earthquake.
And he's like, "Why is it only happening to our table?" Yeah.
yeah, and eventually she gets swept up in the moment and pulls the tablecloth off the apparently glass table.
Yeah.
To which it's like,
And Dick
Oh,
Biscuit.
wow.
It's really tough to say. Duck biscuit.
then he dick busts them.
Triscuit, but guy.
Monosodium glutamate. Falls on the table and
Yeah.
then sees them.
It's like Mahoney, Switcher. All of those. This is all of those combined into one thing.
Yes.
It's Wiener Heine kiss.
Wiener Heine smooch.
It's not your smooch yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he busts them, and then like the next scene is them hanging out in the quad, about to get punished, and
Yeah.
he makes them spend a night in the pickle box. Because
They get tortured in the pickle box.
It plays the jingle
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it dumps special sauce on them.
yeah,
I like that the buttons are labeled torture sauce and torture jingle. The jingle, which is they were playing it all the time on campus, but in this box, it's torture jingle.
yeah,
You can't escape from it. Plus
Yeah.
the sauce.
Right. But they're just, they lock them in these giant pickle mascot metal boxes,
Things.
and they just see him start rocking back and forth, and these little cardboard arms are doing it. It's just,
you touch the boss's box, you spend a night in the box.
yep,
Yeah.
in the box you go.
Yep.
So they went in the box.
So that happens. Shit, I don't even know what happens next.
And then,
I've
like,
been
Russell's-
recounting this whole movie
well,
somehow.
like,
I don't know how.
Russell's trying to study, and Maria Conchita Alonso comes in, and she's like, "Time for us to have the sex, because I have an Uzi."
Yeah, she brought the Uzi.
And at first he's like, "Okay, please don't shoot me," and then he just goes into like terrible Order of the Black Eagle gay impression, like super gay here. Sorry, can't have sex with you. And she's like, "You're not a real man," and meh.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Fantastic! I got her not to have sex with me. Yeah." And it's like, dude, what? You're the opposite of 80s guy. What's going on here?
Fuck no.
Yeah. But yeah, he avoids getting laid by a moderately attractive woman.
Yeah.
So, good
Congratulations.
job.
Oh, and then they go to Burger Church, furthering the burger cult stereotype.
Yeah, that's really weird, but the songs are pretty good.
Yeah. burger, hallelujah. No.
Burger
Burgerluya,
Yeah.
Burgerluya.
Yeah. And then
Better than
yeah.
most of the songs in church.
Yeah, and then, Guy Vunk gets up and does some more evangelizing about the burgers, and Mrs. Vunk decides to pass a note in church or holds up a note to Barney, and it's like, meet me outside the church in 2 hours
For the sex.
for the sex.
Behind the library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they go behind the library, and then she's like, come with me. And they go to the campus helicopter.
Yeah. The burger copter.
Yeah. And it's just like, nah, no one's ever flown this. Let's just get in it and have sex in here.
Burger, copter, burger.
And, of course, they end up turning it on and launch it.
As they get more turned on, so does the helicopter.
This summer, the helicopter's about to find out.
And then they're joined by Magneto Jones, who has escaped again.
He's decided to run to the helicopter for no reason.
Every time I hear that name, it's more awesome. Magneto Jones!
He's like, take me with you. I'm going. And they're just like, what? What are you talking about?
We're not
Just-
going anywhere.
It's like,
Don't
oh, yeah, we
care."
are. Yoink. They go dangerously stunt flying around this
Yes.
place.
Whoever does the stunt flying is pretty damn
Yeah.
good.
So whatever industrial park they shot this thing at, they just fly this helicopter like an idiot around the place as they're all just like, "Hey!" And this is right around the time that Dick Buckus is parking his brand new vehicle, which they land on.
Yeah.
And
Well, kind of.
They
sort of
touch
shear
it and it
yeah.
shatters.
They kind of shear it with
I
the
told you it was
landing.
a shitty Mustang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just land next to it, and they're just like,
Well, she gets it. She's like, I hope you didn't wash it today. And he's like, you want the extra wax cup?
yeah. Marty's just like, yoing, and then they're gone.
And nothing happens.
Yeah.
No consequences.
No.
Not really.
No, just what
can you do?
It was an accident. Helicopter accident.
They're used to that at
Yeah,
Burger U.
sure, it happens every semester. Meanwhile, like Dr. Mole has been experimenting on the nerdy guy
Ugh.
and has
I-
injected him with a substance.
This whole thing.
That may or may not have been 20 cc's of bird cum.
It's what he says.
Bird cum.
Pretty sure that's what I heard too.
That's what he says.
That it was like eating like 100 chicken dinners for the rest of your life or
Oh,
Like
something like
5,000 years or
Yeah.
something like that.
A bucket of chicken a day for 500 years.
that. Yeah.
And it kind of vaguely turns the guy into a chicken.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
And
were
the-
working on an ostrich burger
Right.
or something, but
And then they feed him chicken.
Well, they had some kind of bird behind it. It said future whatever burger.
Yeah.
future ostrich
Yeah,
burger.
and it was just a live ostrich.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like you do.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a whole weird subplot where this guy's turned into a chicken guy,
Yeah.
I'm a chicken hawk.
and
Kind of doesn't really go anywhere matter
normal
at
no,
all.
No.
It leads to a really bad gag later in a shower with some fat people, but
Yeah.
it's no big deal. There's a scene between, it's just an insignificant scene between Barney and Russell in their dorm room at one point where Barney's blowing up this inflatable doll.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was way earlier, but yes.
Yeah. And they've just dubbed in a stupid voice for this doll.
At first, I thought he was supposed to be, like ventriloquizing.
No, they've just dubbed it in
Yeah.
as if the thing is talking. And it's just saying little remarks after everything they say. And at one, he's like, get that thing out of here. Barney just throws it off camera.
He goes, wee. For no reason.
It's so incredibly dumb. But I laughed for a good 5 minutes because of it. It's just one of those things. It's just like, it's just such a dumb gag. It's just, they had to have come up with it in the editing booth. Just like, how do we make this scene entertaining? Dub a silly voice on that doll.
Yep.
Yeah.
No explanation necessary. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Other things that happen.
There are just hijinks and
Yeah.
Shitload of hijinks for
Yeah.
like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
That's the end. Rate it.
Well, I mean, all right. So they're getting close to being able to graduate, I think. And Dick Buckus catches him with Mia one more time. They're actually finally kissing now. He's like, all right, I'm
In class,
I'm
yeah.
into you. And
Oh yeah, he's getting
'Cause-
prepped for the
yeah.
oral exam.
yeah,
and
she's
innuendo.
teaching him stuff.
Yep. Flank. And,
Yeah. Shanks.
And ass.
Yeah.
Cow ass.
Shanks ass.
Shanks and ass.
New this summer on USA.
That's my prison
Shanks and
comedy.
ass. Shanks.
It's my parody of Oz.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're making out, and he sees him, and he's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get you." So
Yeah.
he's vowed that
I'll
they're
dick
not
your
going to
butt.
graduate, and the graduation is 2-part thing. They have a oral quiz with the board of directors, or at least the different teachers.
Yep.
And everybody basically passes. That's our main characters that we see, and so they're on to the actual trial that they have to run a whatever
Buster Burger
for a
franchise.
day.
Yeah. So like, here's a restaurant. We're gonna open it, and people are gonna come in, make money.
Yeah, you, Russell, you're the manager.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll be graded on profit and cleanliness. Cleanliness.
And we're going to show up at some point and check it.
Judge you.
But of course, because Dick Butkus is running this, it's like,
Yeah.
Jack Bickus.
So he's just outside causing trouble.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, first, like the first thing he does is like, he's got normal customers in there, and then this trolley bus pulls up.
Which apparently Dick Butkus has ordered or something.
Yeah.
Like a trolley full of very large individuals.
Yeah,
Yes,
they call themselves the Eating Club, and they proceed to walk in and like, I'll
like
take
the
60
400
burgers.
Club or something. I don't know.
They-
But everybody orders like 1,000 things, and
Yeah.
they
Because they're fat.
and they also apparently in this fictional world are entitled to run around the restaurant causing mayhem and taking food from other patrons.
80s fat people were the bullies of the 80s.
Ah,
They ran the
Restaurants.
schoolyard. Yeah,
Ah,
everywhere,
yeah.
everything.
It's the only thing they could run.
Yes. No actual running. Just
right.
just bully rackets is what they were doing.
And so they just snatched up all the food from all the other patrons and ran all of them out.
Yes.
And
Pretty much,
then
yeah. And then they're like, we're almost out of food. What do we do?
We gotta get these people out of here. So I've got this bottle of industrial.
Oh wait, before
strength-
the fat people came in, we have to bring back the best joke of the movie, because like as things are progressing normally, like people are coming up and they're ordering and everything, and all of our cast is standing behind the counter, looking and kind of chatting and looking towards the kitchen, and this little girl kind of comes up and is looking around and notices they're not looking anywhere towards the counter, so she reaches up and grabs the little fun pack of cookies, to which everyone stops immediately, turns around and goes, "Put those cookies back, you motherfucker!"
Yep.
this poor innocent little girl. It's great.
Best joke of the movie.
Yep.
Just
By far.
Yep. Really good.
Because, set up earlier, but then to have it pay off at like this
Yes.
4-year-old girl who's going to steal some cookies.
Sure.
Yeah.
I liked it. And meanwhile,
Yeah.
an African American motorcycle cop
Oh, yeah.
decides to drive up to get a burger through the drive-through, and somehow Bick Duckus, his
Biggest
Biggest tickets.
yes, has
Do you find that funny? When I say biggest...
fucking idiots. So he somehow hijacked the. By the way, the order taking thing is in a giant pickle.
Oh, yeah.
So he's hijacked this.
And I think it's also part of the job, because there was a scene earlier where I think whoever's running the drive-thru has to role play the pickle.
Yeah.
Because they're actually
Yes.
like, "Hello, I'm Mr. Pickle. What do you want to..."
Right. Because it yells at an old lady. An old lady gives an order. And she's
Dies
like,
way
I'm not
earlier in
going
the movie.
to fight with
Yeah.
you, Mr. Pickle.
And he calls her all sorts of names.
Yeah.
And
She dies.
she dies.
She dies.
Which is also a joke. This is like the very second scene of the movie.
Yeah.
When Russell's at the original place, finding out about Burger University.
Right.
Somebody walks up and goes, "There's a dead lady in the drive-thru," and he's like, "Well, cancer ordered," and then she goes back to talking to him.
Yeah.
Dumb jokes, but
Yep.
funny. Anyway, yeah. So
So Dick Buckus, Charlie Bucket,
Chicken and a biscuit.
Charlie Bucket decides to cause more mayhem by calling this black cop like every single racial slur or cop insult that he can manage to chain together in about 8 sentences.
phrasing.
What's that?
I said phrasing.
Yeah.
You said chain together. Sorry.
It's not bad if you don't call it out. It just makes it worse.
I know. I simultaneously want to make you seem like the worst person, and me too, for calling it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have nothing to do with this
what?
whatsoever. But yeah, so he basically pisses off the motorcycle cop. And the cop's like,
yeah.
I'll show you, and drives off.
So they they get the laxative into the fat folks into the 400 club by what's so funny, Chuck?
You get the laxative into the fat folks.
It's a phrase, it's a sentence. By giving them free milkshakes.
Yes.
And they give them like 100 free milkshakes, and they suck them down, and immediately, like 4 seconds, they're like, oh, and they all run to the same bathroom, and there's a small Japanese man with a camera, and they're all farting and making various bowel grumbly sounds.
Well, they all start crowding him, and he's like, "Oh no, move back!" And then he starts to take a picture, and he's like, "Say cheese." And as soon as he says that, the fucking wall.
Well, it cuts to outside.
Yes.
And we're like, what the hell's going on?
Well, it's high concentrations of methane plus flash photography.
Yep.
Sure.
Bad idea.
And the wall just fucking explodes outward. I mean, they'd air cannon this wall just.
That thing got fucked up. It's awesome.
And all the fat people wander out, and they're like walking into trees.
One guy walked right into a sign. It's actually a pretty good pratfall.
Yeah, and he comes out with his camera. He's like, "Oh," taking pictures.
Yeah, so the place is kind of fucked, and everyone know we've got to get this place cleaned up. And he's trying to kind of motivate speech to them, like, "Come on, guys!" And then about that time, it's like the motorcycle game from another movie decides to roll in from around the corner.
And this is weird too, because
Central Casting Motorcycle Gang.
They literally explode through the front door.
Yeah,
the guy doesn't bother to open it. He's just like rah and smashes his way through the door, and it's just like. We want women.
Yeah, well,
and Marita Conchita Alexandra,
she's like, finally,
a real man,
a real man.
Well, I think Lick Duck Guesses has gotten this set up too. I think he called. Yeah.
I don't know why it's we want women. I don't know why that's their motivation, but
they're just hooligans.
That's just a.
I know it's a biker thing. Sure,
yeah.
80s bikers need women.
Yeah.
So they just start busting up the joint.
Yeah, and they. Burgers.
That's what kicks the bikers off is Barney is like
we
uses that line we have a right to refuse service to assholes like you and then they start busting up the joint.
Yep.
And then mid that the police show up.
Yes.
Apparently the Black Motorcycle Police Caucus shows up.
Yes,
and
they do.
All of them roll into the restaurant and Russell is like, "Oh my God, we're saved!"
He's like, "Are you the manager?"
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yes, help us.
Well, you called us a whatever something racial blah blah. So
something that we can't repeat on air.
Join the party, and they just start bashing the fuck out of this building.
Yeah, they kind of hit a point where finally that guy, the cop that went through the drive-thru, was like, "All right, we've torn up the place. Let's get out of here." And like they all kind of like the bikers and the cops kind of walk out arm in arm and like, fuck yeah. Fuck this place up.
Yeah, good times.
And, this place is trash. And they're all like, the fuck are we gonna do?
Dick Buckus is outside just like,
I did it. I did it. Or did I?
Yeah.
I think I can do more.
Right. Because off in the distance.
Off in the distance.
He senses
the pickup truck of stereotypes.
Two Mexican chicken farmers driving this Sanford Son truck down the road, and he whips around in his totally demolished whatever shitty car it is, and it's like
85 Ford Mustang GT.
Okay, fine. And it's time to play chicken, which he does.
With chickens.
He just drives right at them, and they're like, "Oh, Dios mío!" And then just
right through the
goddamn, just fucking explode through the other standing wall of this restaurant. Just drive right into it.
Yep,
destroys it.
Yes.
And feathers everywhere, lots of dead chickens, 2 dead Mexicans. Only they're not because they get out and they're like, "Oh,
we gotta go."
Yeah. I don't know why they just abandoned the truck and the chickens, but whatever.
Yeah, or, check to see if anyone was alive in the restaurant.
No.
They're just, gotta go.
Yep, we're out.
Yeah.
And that's when everyone's like, oh, all right, we're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And our hero Russell guy is like, come on, we could do this, people. And you start to hear, like, the burger version of Glory, Glory, Hallelujah playing in the background, and it's building up. I open your burger eyes, and we can burger do this. And
yeah,
Buster. Well, it's Buster this. Buster that. We can Buster do this. And everyone's like, yeah, let's, all right, somehow do this. Until...
Well, they all agree to do it. They're just like, fuck yeah, we're going to do it.
Until Magneto Jones is like, hey, where's that music coming from? Which is kind of funny in and of itself that it's like, oh, the music's there in the movie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they realize that it's the Vunk limo is pulled up, and they have a big speaker in the back that plays the song apparently as they're driving through town.
Of course they do.
And they're all kind of like, "Oh fuck,"
Yeah.
because they're like trying to push the truck out. It's not going anywhere, and
They're trying to hide it.
he just comes in, and like the daughter's there, and the wife's there, and then
Dick Buckus.
Dick Buckus shows up, and he's
Buckus.
like, "Oh yeah, you got to flunk all these guys. Look at what they did. They tore this $1 million place up. How? So I don't know
In
how.
5 hours.
Yep.
And then
Flunk 'em.
yeah. And then the nun, this is another pretty good joke. The nun lady is standing in the back by the deep fryer, and there's just feathers sticking out of it.
Looks like a bunch of tail feathers. From
yeah,
a chicken.
like a chicken is just flown into the deep fryer. And then she kind of pulls it out, and it's a half-fried chicken.
Yep.
Like the feathers are still on it, the feet are still on it, but she pulls it out, and I don't know why. It's just like, oh no, and takes a bite, and she's like, what does she say? It's like,
That's good.
That's
by
tasty
God.
by
tasty
God.
by
That's
God. Yeah.
tasty by God. And Funk's like,
By
wait,
Menon.
what did you say?
Yeah.
She's like, it's tasty by God. He's like, give me that.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. We're gonna put you on every billboard in the
Yeah,
America.
because they decided they were going to start selling chicken, and now he's figured out the slogan, and
Yep.
she's going to be the face of it. And
She'll be the frying nun.
Good joke. Good joke there,
Yeah.
Solid.
Yep.
pretty sure that's the only reason she was in the movie. From the very
Probably.
beginning.
They're like, how can we get that joke in there? Well, let's make her a nun.
Except for like once or twice when someone refers to somebody as sister, and she's like, yes,
Yes.
yeah,
Magneto Jones calls someone. He's like, hey, what's going on, sister? And she's like,
yes, hello,
no, not you. And he's just, aw.
yeah. Everyone keeps pushing her down for some reason. Too.
Yeah, it's
Or none.
yeah.
Persecution. I don't know.
She didn't need none of that.
But yeah, so he's like, you're a savior, you're an angel, and you saved everything, and you're gonna be the face of the chicken, and all of you pass because you're with her.
right.
Good
Because you're
job, good job, Russell.
Standing up to
Your team won.
adversity. Yeah.
And you fought. You made chickens work.
Yep.
I don't know. You figured out the secret ingredient of putting chicken into fryer.
Yeah.
And it tastes
They
delicious.
couldn't
No, it was
fix
just a slogan. That's all
Yeah.
they needed.
Yeah.
And then Bick Duckus.
Nate Burkus.
So he gets credit for some of this, and because he's shaping all these fine youngsters up into fine, burger managers, and so he gets promoted on the spot to the VP position he wanted, and then he announces that he's going to get engaged to Mia, and everybody else in the restaurant decides that's a bad idea, and so they slip the shocker thing onto his bollocks and
Yes, they do.
shock him into.
They
Yes.
give them the shocker.
Yes.
The damn thing catches on fire.
Yeah, it does. And he
Butt
pours
catches
a
on fire.
milkshake onto Mr. Vunk,
Yep.
who immediately demotes him to PPP, which is Permanent Paper Picker.
Yep.
Dick Buckus, Permanent Paper Picker. And
then they all graduate.
Graduation, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's
And-
not a lot of frills. They all kind of go up and hooray, we each
Yeah.
got our thing. Until, for whatever reason,
Yes.
Magneto Jones gets a Lifetime Achievement Award, I guess.
Because he had,
Well, he's the first black graduate,
there you go.
Yeah.
and he just takes off his uniform,
Yeah,
and
well-
he's got his performing
No,
outfit.
well, first they have to unchain him.
Well, yes, that's true.
That's part of the
his
graduation.
reward is that he gets unchained, which
that's
is
not
just like,
uncomfortable at
wow,
all.
this is really just. Yeah.
Did he just have to win his freedom?
But he's just like, thanks for that, and now here's a special guest, the Extremettes, and me.
The extremes.
Yeah. Magneto Jones, and he takes off his jumpsuit, and he's got his, performing outfit on. And then he performs his own version of the Buster Burger theme.
Yeah, much funkier.
And people in the crowd clap in their sort of patty-making way that they've set up. They haven't set up. They're just people doing it. That no one ever really calls attention to it. It's just
Nope.
one of those things you're just like, someone just thought that up, and everyone just started doing it. It's really dumb, but
It's just part of the
a
color.
nice touch of the
Yeah.
theme of
The
this
burger
movie.
making clap.
Yeah.
I like it.
And everyone gets down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then freeze frame on miter boards flying up into the air.
Yep.
As any graduating movie should have.
Which is dangerous because those things all had
Oh, they're
horns on them.
yeah.
So-
and they're also pointy as shit.
Yeah, I know.
don't
Well, just the four corners of them are pointy as shit, but they also have an additional two horns on them, so it's like, run for your lives.
6 points.
Yes.
Dangerous.
Yep. And then we get a replay of Burgers for America.
Hamburgers for America.
Yep.
So that'll lead us to yes,
Yes,
Stargrove.
Theme
Yes,
song.
yes.
Well, the beginning theme is all, we're making burgers in America.
I don't. If you have a movie called something, and then that movie is also for America,
Yep.
that is a guaranteed Stargrove. I
well,
don't care
I
how
mean,
shitty the song is.
You do have to kind of follow which is you have to sing about the plot of the movie.
They do, though.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying. I'm just reinforcing this.
Yes, they
You
absolutely
can't-
do.
You can't just have a
besides-
great Hamburgers for America. Like if Hamburgers for America is in Robot Jocks, that doesn't give it a Stargrove. But
But
that
here,
gives it an
yes.
extra
What
Jocks,
if it was
maybe.
Robot Jocks for America?
but- well, that's what I'm saying.
Robots for America.
That would be a Stargrove because
Yeah.
it's talking about the
Yes.
plot of the movie. But if it's just Hamburgers for America
That's
in
what
the
I'm
middle
saying.
of Robot
But-
Jocks.
Yes.
No.
And also has several different versions of the Burger Buster theme,
Oh, yeah.
which, again, dealing with the movie, so
Yeah, definitely. Stargrove.
absolutely.
Congratulations. You've won a Stargrove.
Lifetime Achievement Award.
Please send in your address where we can mail your Stargrove Award. Hamburger.
Hamburger, the movie.
So now we give it an actual rating.
Yep. All right, Chuckles, you go on first this time.
Me?
Yep.
Okay. I give this movie 4 jocks.
I'm not surprised.
It's a dumb movie. I thought it was just going to be like a Pinball Summer or Joysticks, where it was just going to be like painful. And I
Oh,
was
there's other things you gave 4 summers?
no, come on, let's be fair.
4 summers?
I did not give a good rating to Joysticks.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be like that. I thought it was just going to be like one of those, like, it'll have a couple of moments, but it's probably going to be pretty painful and terrible, because otherwise we would have heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it would have been more famous. But there are legitimate good jokes in here. And when they come, they are surprising. It's like, oh, okay, that's a joke. Okay, fine. You don't see them coming. That's the best kind of joke. And they hit hard and good. And I like that in my in my movies. So
Your mouth.
the relish.
Birds.
So, I mean, I could go even higher, but there's just, like, especially all the time wasted on fat guy shocking himself is just really, really painful.
Yeah.
And then there's just moments of just, what are they doing? This is really not even important. They could have cut like 10 minutes out of this movie.
It pains me to do this, but I can only give this 3 jocks, and that's because of like Fat Guy and stuff. But there are several jokes that are just outright great.
Yep.
Like the cookies thing and the blow up doll for no reason, and then just like the random things that come out of people's mouths. Like, pretty damn sure I heard bird come, and that's like, where did that? What? Why?
Yeah.
And they're not shy about the language in this.
No.
At all.
No, they're not. And I mean,
They're more shy about breasts in this movie than language.
Yeah, and they're all over the place. I
There
mean,
are, well,
There are some breasts.
How many sets?
surprisingly low.
Well, total on-screen
It
time.
dried up real quick.
Yeah.
Like, real early it dried up. We
Right.
got 6 gratuitous expressions of freedom.
Okay.
6 pair.
But yeah.
Okay.
The jokes that work really well, and then there's the painful things that just go on way too long. Like,
7, sorry. Miscount.
Okay.
like I mean, the fat guy shocking thing, and a couple other, like the weird chicken thing is just bizarre.
The chicken subplot?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just the whole fat
The
person
chicken
stampede.
guy, not the chicken.
Yeah.
Making
Yeah.
chicken sandwiches.
Right. But I also want to give it credit for, like, when I was sort of picking a movie for this, I was like, okay, well, clearly this guy's going to be that, that cocky asshole guy. Like, he's going to be Mahoney, and he's going to be kind of a jerk, and everyone's going to hate. His only character flaw is that everyone wants to sleep with him. It's not like he's out there promoting himself. He's just like, I can't help it. When I walk out in public, they want to have sex with me, and I have to because that's what you do. That's his only character flaw, is that people want to have sex with him. And he has to actually put that aside to focus on his career. I know in a roundabout way it was for money, but still, he had chances to sleep with women throughout this movie. Mahoney would have done it. And then he just would have been like at the end, hey, baby, I'm sorry. That they didn't mean anything. I love you. And then everyone would have been happy. But
And now he's probably on the board of directors of
Yes,
the burger place because
exactly.
he's probably going to marry the daughter.
yes.
He's also got $250,000.
That too.
From his grandfather.
Yeah. I'm just
So
saying.
yeah, I mean, there's some good stuff. I mean, like the fat people in the restaurant got old real quick because we also didn't mention they're making pig noises
Yeah.
the whole time.
It's-
Yeah.
It's kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
But then, to end on the fucking explosive wall thing is just like, I did not expect that.
Nope.
That was payoff for something that we didn't know we were building up to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciated it. I'm kind of wavering between 3 and 4 jocks, but I think I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3. Because there is some stuff like the fat guy shocking himself, and it's funny once, like, the somewhat here's how you do this. You take the longer cut first, so that we get an idea that this goes on for a while, and it's funny. Because the first time, it's kind of funny, and it's a poor, he's a poor man's John Panette, or Louis Anderson or something. But he's, he's like a second-rate funny fat guy. But he's a poor imitation thereof. So you do that, and then every other time you do it off camera where you hear the noise or you see him fly through the back of a scene where he's just shocking the shit out of himself.
You don't make it the primary joke every time it happens.
Yeah, you don't make a scene out of that. You put it in the back of the scene, and that makes that joke work for the rest of the movie until, you can come back with the payoff at the end with the guy shocking his nuts.
Yes.
But there are things like that it just dragged on, and the chicken subplot with the ladies apparently pulling a
that guy
egg
shit an
out
egg.
of that guy's butt, or maybe he developed a cloaca. We don't know.
Nice.
Generally required for egg laying. But that sort of thing, you fix a couple of those, and you got yourself a good 4 Jocks movie. This will never make it to 5 Jocks. I'm sorry. You can't cram enough explosions into a comedy like this to get it to 5 Jocks. But but a solid 3 Jocks, and something that I would definitely this is one that I'm going to keep in my back pocket for have you seen Hamburger the movie?
Yeah, this is
all right. Let's go.
I feel like this is one I want to share with people.
Yep.
You've probably never even heard of this because I hadn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shiny Lights T-Stroll, I think, would eat this movie up.
Probably.
It'd be a 12.
Yeah.
Jokes.
Yeah.
I'm so funny, I don't even know I'm making jokes. But yeah, he would die laughing. Probably give this 100 Jocks. There are some people who this movie is really going to work for, and I actually think it could work for the most part, most people who aren't offended by this sort of humor and breasts on television.
I don't know. I think it's most of the humor, aside from the parts that we're mentioning as being painful, is kind of charming.
Yeah, other than the offhanded racism. I mean, we mentioned that he was outwardly racist to the cop, but then the whole Chinese food restaurant thing, it's we didn't mention Barney is oh, you want to go to get the food and bad stuff like that.
Right.
And,
but we didn't know any better in the 80s. That's just how we were.
We knew better. We just didn't care, I think.
Right.
But fine, whatever.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying.
Too much Coke
Plus
to care.
the whole from guacamole and dumb shit.
Yeah,
like
that was fairly racist, but you take it for what it is.
Yes,
and
I'm just saying.
You
that
can get past that.
we saw that will offend some people, like the spy mate thing. Some people on the internet were like, "Oh God,
Yeah.
worst thing ever,
Right.
racism."
Yeah.
Oh,
which I
the
agree,
barely
but-
there racism compared to this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
This movie's a lot more racist than Spy Mate,
Yeah. Anywho,
but it's also better.
So
So,
there are opinions on this
there's
movie.
there's a first comparing Hamburger the movie to Spy Mate.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we can probably mark that down
Yep.
in our unique column.
Yes.
Put it in the book here. The official.
When we do our dissertation on movie racism.
Right.
2 examples, Spy Mate and Hamburger the Motion Picture, ladies
From
and gentlemen.
Rip Torn to Spy Mate.
Yes. A history
Decades.
of B-movie racism.
Decades of racism.
We could probably teach that in a community
Yeah.
college.
Oh,
I
yeah.
bet you we could.
Yeah.
You can teach anything.
Yeah. This guy in Black Samson. Boy, he's racist.
Let's watch this. Let's watch Black Samson.
Nick
too.
Cage, good or not?
Yeah.
Teach anything. In community college.
Absolutely.
All right, let's take a break, shall we?
Okay.
Gulp.
Hamburger.
I like mine.
Don't sing that fucking. They will come take our YouTube away from us.
Pretty good. Bye. The other podcasters have gone out to smoke cigarettes. I do not smoke cigarettes. I drink caffeine. So what's going on Twitter right now? Anything, guys? No, everyone's talking about Raw, so I should not read Twitter. Because I will want to watch that later. So let's see what's going on the BMFcast account. Nothing. Everyone's busy on a Monday night.
Let's go, Chuck.
Pornography. Oh.
Oy. Welcome back to Good Burger. Home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
No.
No.
No. Oh, man.
Man. We have an email about this movie.
What?
Yeah.
How is that possible? How did that happen? How do we have a email about this movie already? Are you going to be our email guy this week?
No.
No? What do you mean no? I got shit I got to do here. I got to produce.
All right, I got one email.
All right, cool.
Who's got movies?
I saw a movie
I got a movie.
first.
Boop. Good one.
And also, I can't get down that far.
Yeah.
Get down, get down.
First we go. Shut. We got. And. Oh no! Wrong click.
Jesus.
This is what happens when I try to click with my left hand.
Amateur.
This is dumb.
It feels like someone else clicking.
Yeah. I want European click on it. I'm sorry. Left hand Suzuki clicking.
All right, so yeah, we got a couple emails.
All right. So you're gonna be our email guy?
Yeah, I'll be email guy.
Cool.
Since we killed and fired Mackie.
Yes,
Awesome.
in that order.
I'm dead man.
He was still employed after we killed him.
Yes. What we figured dereliction of duty and
Yes.
whatnot. Duty.
Davey. All right, so yeah, I'll read emails after we talk movies.
All right.
After the
cool.
movie talk portion of the podcast.
Cool. I got Google things. I got things I got to talk about. I need Googling to help me talk
All right.
about things.
Sure.
I have no things to talk about.
Cool.
Yeah. Quickest second half ever.
Did you watch anything?
Yep.
Cool. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
All right, we'll get back.
Hey, second half. Still a Mackie-free podcast.
The one and only. Actually, no, they all are.
Thank God.
We joined the club.
Let's talk about movies.
I don't know.
We didn't really talk about the order. How new stuff did you watch?
2013.
Okay.
Summer 2013.
Oh.
Blockbuster.
I watched something that's marked this year. I don't know when it came out. Came and went really fast. I think it actually came out last year.
Okay.
But whatever. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, go.
Okay. Did you guys see the trailer for The Internship?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Everything you thought about that movie based on the trailer? Yes.
Cool.
It's garbage.
Awesome.
Okay.
The weird I wasn't even going to say anything more than that, but the weird thing is after watching today's movie, they are almost the exact same movie. It is really strange how they almost go the exact same way.
Okay.
Right down to the big event and challenge at the end that the Misfits win against all odds and win the team championship competition, graduate from Google.
Oh.
Ooh.
Really
they
weird
went to Google school.
That
They went to Google Burger,
Google U.
Google Buster, Google
Yes.
University.
It's Google plus you. You have to throw the plus in there whether you want to or not.
Yeah. So,
Buster.
yeah, if you saw that trailer and thought it looked like garbage, you're right.
Cool.
It's not good.
I was not going to watch it, but thank you for taking the bullet on
You're
that one.
welcome.
So is that it?
Yep.
Wow. Okay, that was quick. So, all right. I guess I've become, unbeknownst to me, through my choices, I have become the found footage horror movie guy.
Good job.
So, obviously, there's a series that I've watched all of. That there was another one that needed watching, and that is Paranormal Activity 5. I mean, the marked ones.
5.
It is technically 5, I guess, but
Okay.
I think the reason they gave it a subtitle instead of a number is it's kind of a different adventure.
Side story.
Sort of.
Is it a choose your own adventure?
Well, okay, so the thing, right off the bat, I'll say the thing I enjoyed about this is that the previous 4 paranormal activities have been rich white folks
Yes.
having spooky shit happen to them.
spooky shit.
This one takes place in a lower income area of Los Angeles,
Is
featuring
it Paranormal Activity in the Hood?
it's a bunch of Latino kind of, not the main characters, but they're surrounded by kind of like gangbanger style area.
Okay.
So I mean that's interesting. Like that's a different spin, and like I was like, okay, I'm immediately more interested in this because I'm tired of seeing bad shit happening to white rich people. It's like, oh no,
You
my
never really get tired of that.
my
but-
my Connect is picking up ghosts. Oh no,
Yeah. Hate that.
yeah. So I mean, it's just it's a lot more interesting in that. So in a nutshell, it takes you through. The kid is graduating and he gets some money at his big party that they throw, and he lives with his dad and his grandma, and he has a best friend, and I think it's the best friend's cousin who they all three hang around a lot. Mm-hmm. And he takes some of the money, and he's like, I'm going to go buy a camera because
I'm going to go buy a ghost.
It'd be pretty fun to have a camera.
We bought a ghost.
So, so he goes to the pawn shop, buys this camera, and it's like the guy's like, I can't sell it for any less than $200, but if you buy it, I will also throw in this other thing, and you don't know what it is right away. But the guy throws in a GoPro
Puzzle box.
So you've got
paw.
your new kind of camera-y thing now that the guy has a GoPro. So it kind of explains how he can wear that in certain situations, and it makes for
More like Ghost Pro.
Totes right. So it makes for us like, okay, we can do some different things. And the plot of the movie is basically like he lives in this shitty apartment building, and there's this crazy lady that lives downstairs, and he's always hearing weird noises come from down there. So he starts kind of getting the idea, like, I'm going to investigate this, and drops the GoPro like down his ventilation shaft so he can like film inside the apartment and sees weird things.
Is that a euphemism?
Yeah. And then shit just obviously goes wrong from there. So
Paranormal correctivity.
yeah. You just keep going, right? You just make it up more, right?
Yep.
But like I said, it's interesting because you've got a completely different demographic of people that this is happening to, a different kind of area, and it's really much more explore the area. It's not like we're locked in our house and we won't leave because fuck, I don't know why. It's like this shit is happening kind of no matter where they go throughout the neighborhood, and it involves multiple people. Now it does, if you're into the long-running fiction of this Paranormal Activity series, which they are actually building a overarching story for better or worse. There are bits that tie into it, like one character from Paranormal Activity 2 shows up, and some other characters might show up here and there, but it's pretty much focused on these kids and their misadventures. I won't spoil one of my favorite things that, like, when shit finally starts to go really crazy, like, I was like, fuck yes, this is what these movies needed, like something that decides to happen. I won't spoil it for anyone that cares to watch.
All right.
I'm saying all this, and I did kind of enjoy the movie. It was fun to watch, but it's still, like, 4 and this one are not the best of the series. 2 and 3 are, the first one is a good idea with a really shitty couple that you have to watch.
Yeah.
The second one is like, okay, it's kind of that remake of the same kind of things are happening, but with a likable family. And the third one is just fun as hell because it's got that retro, we're back. It's a prequel movie in the 80s with VHS cameras and everything vibe to it. Yeah. So those are if you're only going to watch 3, those are the 3 to watch.
Those are the 3 I've seen.
Okay. Well, 4 has its moments, and it still builds on the fiction, and this is an interesting little side story and fun because of its different characters, different kinds of characters. But, like I said, it's still the core 3 movies are the ones really worth seeing. And I think you basically get the story idea out of those 3. This is just builds a little more fiction for it.
Okay.
So, interesting thing happened. The characters are mostly likable.
So a mild recommendation?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like people really hate this one, and I don't understand it because, I mean, like, to me, it's like if you're in this, if you're liking the series, 4 and 5 are not bad. Like, if you're in for the series, just go with it. I don't understand what people want if they're just tired of this setup now. Like I said, this one's interesting because all the other ones have been like, either things are just happening in my house for no reason, or we've done something stupid and we're not going to leave the house, or it's focused on the kids that the parents don't believe them.
Right.
So this one's more interesting because it's, it's barely takes place in the apartment. It's more like they're going on ghost adventures and running around and trying to figure out what's going on, and they're being active about it instead of like lock ourselves inside the apartment and do the same, like, watch the time thing go until it stops and weird shit happens.
Right.
It's go from place to place and things happen. So breaks the mold a little bit in more than one way. So
okay.
Did not feel like I wasted my time. And I'll watch another one if they make it. I'm sure they will. I don't think the series is done. I don't think they did on this one anyway.
No.
I think if anything, they're going to come back and do like, all right, this is the last one. Let's wrap it up.
Well, they have to do Paranormal Activity versus Saw at some point.
Yeah. No, this is taking over this. I think apparently Saw ended like.
Oh yeah. It ended twice.
Well, I mean, it ended, but like a let's wrap this up thing, which I think is what this became the new, like, okay, pump one out a year. And
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They don't have another thing yet to take over for it, so they've got to. Maybe that Leprechaun remake will be.
Ooh, there you go.
Will be the thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone else.
It's going to tie in with the Gem movie.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think the thing is, like, you can't plan for this because I don't think they planned. I mean, they didn't plan Paranormal Activity. That was a low budget movie they bought / reshot some things for and
But when that was a hit, they were like, okay, we can
Yes.
wrap Saw up. We've got this thing. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
And
These are fairly inexpensive to make, I imagine.
so
So
cheap. Yeah,
as long as they're profitable, they'll be putting them out.
probably.
Yeah, I'm not enjoying the fact that like they seem to become more and more reliant on obvious CG stuff. Like the first ones were like interesting because it's like, okay, I could see how you had zero CG in this, like, you know, pan the camera and 15 set people run in and change stuff,
Yeah.
and then run back out of the frame, like.
Well, the first one was mainly noise. I mean,
Yeah.
it was really like you never really saw anything.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it was all like, okay, you can do this with fishing line and people running in while the camera's on and things like this. This is like,
Yeah.
okay, they're CG things now, and it's like,
Okay.
okay, well, not too much to its detriment, but yeah, I can see like, if they keep going, maybe we'll just be like, fuck, crazy, we're in the nether realm, spirits, and it looks like the fucking end of Spawn or something,
Yeah.
Who knows?
That'll be fun.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know why I've watched so many of these damn movies and
You
why-
like them?
Huh?
They're easy.
Yeah, they're easy. I don't know.
They don't take a lot of commitment. I mean,
Yeah, I mean they're not really gory. I think that's my thing. Is like I just got tired of like gore for gore's sake in horror movies. I like more of a head trippy, like sit there and be tense, like something might jump out or it just might be creepy and not like, oh, we're sticking nails in our eyeballs. Ooh, isn't that scary?
Yes.
Yes, but
yes, but no.
yeah, more like no.
Yeah. Get away from me. Movie.
Yeah. So
All
is that
right.
it? I mean, I've been watching a lot of TV.
Yeah. I've been watching TV.
TV. Yeah.
Do we want to talk quickly about TV? What have you been watching? You watching anything new?
No.
No.
I mean, I've been watching shows that are on, but
new. Yeah.
I mean, I ran through the entire first season of LA Law.
Yeah. Well, I think I talked about wrapping up 24, right? I mean, so I watched the entire first season of Homeland, but I think at this point I have to stop. I'm not going to try to continue watching Homeland when new 24 is on
Good idea.
because confusing.
Yes. Same people.
So, and I mean, I was going to try to like get one more season in, and I was like, cutting it close. I don't want to, burn through it, but damn, the season finale of the first season of Homeland is one of the most incredibly awesome, dramatic things I've ever seen on television. Like it's there's a part of it. It's weird because like it goes on after it. Like it's strange because it's like, okay, you had your ending, like, but it has like another half hour because it's an extra long episode. But you'd be hard pressed to find many movies that had as much tension as part of this episode.
Yep.
And just really good.
I think the second season finale tops it
Wow.
in terms of like, holy shit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, good show. I mean, it's not 24. It's
No.
it's just different. It's more heady, sort of. I mean, like it's less, let's go kick terrorist ass and instead of like let's figure this out.
Yeah.
And I mean, weird shit, crazy shit happens, but it's more like crazy shit, not like I'm going to go torture this guy to get information.
Right.
Shit.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Good, pretty good show. And I don't have much to say about it because I literally just started watching it, and this is my filler of like, okay, I need something to watch before 24 starts. I know a lot of people hate it. It's weird because like when this came up, people were like, "Fuck this show, this is terrible." And then like now I keep hearing people like going, "God, this is so good." So I actually started watching Veep.
Veep.
I have heard it's
People like
rumblings that's kind of interesting.
It's weird because like when it first came out, people were like, "God, this is terrible. This is the worst thing ever. Why is this a show?" And now all of a sudden it's like people flipped and they're like, "No, it's a great show."
Is that the one with
Julia Louis-Dreyfus is the vice president, and Anna Chomsky, how do you say her name?
Klumsky?
My girl, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
I'm thinking of a
Tony
different-
Hale from Arrested Development.
Yeah. I think that show is probably similar to Parks and Rec, where that show first started and people were like, I don't.
It's all right. It's you know what it is? It's Parks and Rec mixed with the fuck is the show it was on, the new Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
No, the new guy that they made the tie-in movie that actually also had Anna Klumsky in it. All right, I'm fucking stupid now. Damn it.
What was that show that has that character Doctor Who
Yeah,
on it?
in the Loop was the movie.
Okay.
And the show, whatever the hell that was based on. Same guy. It's got the new doctor in it.
Uh-huh.
He curses a lot.
Yeah, he does. Foul.
Fuck you. God damn it.
Hey.
Fuck all y'all.
Take it easy.
No.
Peter
looking it up.
Capaldi.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking it up. The hell was that name of that show? I don't know. The Thick of It. Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, all right. It's basically it's Parks and Rec mixed with the thick of it because it's light and breezy, but then like what they're saying is just horrid.
Right.
To like it's, and it's funny because they have all these like little sidebar conversations. Like, there's people all around you. I'm pretty sure they can hear you.
Yeah.
Just these awful conversations that they're having about people literally right behind their back. But I don't know. I've only watched like 5-6 episodes so far, so I don't have a super strong opinion. But I will keep going. It's breezy enough that I can watch this while I'm watching something else.
Right. You should try Silicon Valley.
I actually have.
Okay.
I have started watching that too.
Do you like it?
Yeah. The first episode, I was like, but it's grown on me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the one guy, there's the Steve Jobs and the Bill Gates characters. There's essentially, I mean, the two different guys that were fighting over the patent, but the one guy that's very obviously Bill Gates and doesn't know how to interact with humans. I lost my shit because it's always been the joke I made, but when he walks up on stage, he's like, "Thank you very much, Florida." It was Flo Rida.
Right.
Very nice.
Yeah. I was like, all right, you got me, show.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching Bob's Burgers. Like that's been my like I'm sitting down to eat and then 4 hours later I'm still watching it show.
That show is a weird like out of nowhere suddenly everyone has watched all of the run of Bob's Burgers and I was like I thought that show came and went. I mean,
there's like a billion seasons of it. And
I don't know
it's
when that happened.
got Archer and some other there's some names in the voice cast that aren't necessarily regulars but that pop up here and there that you recognize, and it's really weird. What is it? Season 3 of Archer?
They were in 4, I think. But
Actually, when I was 5, the one that just ended.
oh, okay.
Okay, so we're on 5 just ended, so it's not really spoilery to mention something about season 3, probably, right?
Nah, go ahead.
Like the
It's
first
a cartoon.
Yeah, the first episode of Archer, it starts off with Archer is running a burger joint, and he's Bob running this burger joint, and I didn't realize why that was so kind of fitting and hilarious. It's because Archer does the voice for Bob for Bob's Burgers,
Right.
and that actually took me like a dozen episodes to get over, like the fact that this was Archer speaking or not Archer speaking. It's supposed to be an entirely different character because it's the same voice. I think H. John Benjamin is fairly talented for that voice he does, but that's the voice he does is Archer. So it's even now I think I'm on like the 3rd or 4th season. I'm like,
are these on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, Archer, what are you doing in this burger sort of sitcom? And it's not like, even though it sort of focuses on the kids and the family aspect, it is not kids and family. Don't let your children watch Bob's Burgers because it is not appropriate in any way. Like maybe like 14-year-old kids. That's probably the youngest you could let watch.
Yeah, TV 14.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
But it's not family friendly. It's
Well, that sounds
quite inappropriate, and it's
pretty good.
it's actually fairly freaking hilarious. It took me a while to warm up to it. Probably 4 or 5 episodes. I was giving it a chance. I'm like, I don't know. Which is, you hear stuff like that in the show a lot.
Okay.
There's lots of insecure whinging, but it turns out like once you get the characters kind of established in your head, it turns out to be a fairly fun ride. So I'll probably finish up watching what's on Netflix, and then hopefully I won't binge watch any other cartoons.
Yeah.
For the time being, because I need to get back to the list of shame. So
yeah. I'll take this moment to again say, people that love Archer, you owe it to yourself to go back and watch the prior shows before Archer. You need to watch Frisky Dingo. It is only on 2 seasons, 2 very short seasons.
Yeah. I think we watched most of that in an afternoon.
You need to watch Frisky Dingo, and you need to go back and watch at least the first season 2.5 of C-Lab 2021. Because when the Harry Gaz, the main guy, died, it wasn't the same show. I mean, they brought his son in, and that character was all right, but it lost a lot of its flavor then. And but that one's really rough. I mean, Frisky Dingo is your step back in time and do Frisky Dingo first, and then if you still like that, go back and watch that. But
don't they start making C-Lab jokes on?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Fringe, Jesus, on Archer at some point.
Yeah. No, they actually kind of more or less meet up at the C-Lab.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just saying, if you love Archer, you owe it to yourself to go back and watch those other ones. Because I mean, Frisky Dingo is basically almost Archer. I mean, it's like if Archer, if they spend equal times with the Archer character and also a supervillain, that would be Frisky Dingo.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, how about an email?
Oh, sure,
We
yeah.
bought an email.
Yeah.
We bought an email.
Yes, we did.
We bought a Google.
Is it an emu?
A Zoogle.
Nope. It's none of those things. But it's from Blair.
Okay.
Hey, Blair.
It says, greetings.
Greetings.
This is Blair from Florida,
Hi, Blair from Florida.
and it's been a few months since I've last written in.
It has.
I would like to congratulate you guys on another successful Blaxploitation History Month. I am thankful April was not another clusterfuck disaster like animation was.
Or August.
August was all right. While I did name April in a rare moment for me of being quick-witted, it was after all four of you discussed wanting a month of G-rated monkey movies. Let us be thankful the month turned out fine. Now, please note that lettuce is spelled like the vegetable because that's about to start a bunch of puns.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I have no suggestions, as you guys have received hundreds of them, so I'd just like to mention I've seen this week's movies twice before. I think it's no good and filled with your favorite 80s antagonists. Kind of isn't. But Nacho Herb Zipser, or whatever that dude's name is the strangest character name in movie history, so there's that. Anyhow, I do relish the return of Freedom Months, and I hope it leads to a whopper of a good time in the upcoming weeks, and that the movies don't make you sizzling mad or make listeners want to grill you on the films you're picking. Blair, sent for my Tiger Telematics Gizmondo.
Very nice.
Yes. So we have Blair
we're
to
gonna get
thank
nothing
for
but puns
April.
forever.
Yeah. Twitter was filled with the puns.
I know. I saw that. I'm very glad that I don't get the BMFcast notifications on my phone.
I would say the BMFcast newsletter.
I don't get that either. I unsubscribed years ago.
Okay.
But I'm glad I didn't get personally drawn into that punapalooza.
It would have been fun.
It would have been pun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
best you stayed out of it.
It's been that kind of day, you know.
I understand.
Grasping at straws.
Onion straws?
Onion rings, what?
No, onion straws. They put them on burgers.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
Meh. Apparently we're the internet now. Yeah.
Yeah. We have another email.
Oh, okay.
This one's from James. James says,
James.
Dear BMF,
Hi, Jimmy.
last week someone wrote in to suggest Mai Tai. And he's 100% on board with that. As a theme month, and specifically suggested chocolate. You guys seem to dismiss it out of hand, and I implore you to give it another chance. I would actually rate Chocolate as a borderline real and genuine good movie, if a little rough around the edges. But in all seriousness, people don't come to Taiwanese action films for heartwarming stories about autistic girls battling against all odds to save their family. You watch those movies to count the number of stuntmen who died horrifically in crazy-ass fight scenes. At least one. Get drugged up on cold medicine, wander out of the room for 20 minutes, or maybe even just fast forward. Just get to the fighting. Notable venues include the freezer area of a creepy butcher shop complete with meat cleavers and giant blocks of ice, a wide side view of a scummy apartment complex where 6+ stuntmen and the main actress fight on 3 different levels, and one guy falls from the top of the level, hitting each concrete level and some plywood on the way down. A sick penthouse where a dude shows up and immediately starts cutting people apart with a sword, and a rooftop in the rain, for the ending. It's a bit slow to get going and drags a little if you don't buy into the characters, but if all the build-up is worth it and the results are that... Try that again. But all the build-up is worth it and results in a movie that is easily 3 jocks worth of fun, even just for the "oh god, that man will never walk again" moments. Crash and Burn, James from Washington State, sent via a Bill Gates money avalanche.
Ooh. That's exciting.
Yep.
Was that like a Chevy built out of dollar bills?
I hope so.
I don't know.
Is it sitting
money
out front?
avalanche.
I didn't see it.
Maybe it's on its way.
I didn't see a cash avalanche.
Avalanche is not capitalized, so maybe it just literally meant a wave of money.
Oh, he keeps it on his Ava Ranch.
Is it free range?
Yeah.
Grass-fed, gluten-free.
All right, so if I was
Free range.
dismissive about Chocolate, it was only because I do think that might qualify as a good movie.
Yeah,
At least
I think so too.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Same thing kind of with The Protector. I mean, there's a low budgetness to those movies, but I mean they're generally regarded until you get in like Ong Bak 3. It's like people started being like, okay, this train is run out.
Right.
I mean, some of the early Tony Jaa stuff, sure. Like, I mean that one, the other one, I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah. It's a good one.
The one that was before he was famous. It was like the Western or something like that. I think that probably qualifies because I think I've seen
This is a genre I've never paid attention to.
possibly seen that one. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah,
Tony genre.
we can't. We're obviously if we also dismissed it because we're not doing Muay Thai.
Nope.
No.
Freedom.
Yeah, that's the main reason we're dismissive about it
Yeah.
because we're not doing it.
Maybe in 2015.
Yeah.
If
Actually,
man
return-
is still alive.
Actually, I thought if we want to keep this dream alive, we might watch Chocolate and maybe some other things on our. Like, we've always said like, oh, there's no way we can turn this into a theme month because we're not watching January Jones movies, but we can watch Tony January.
We could do Tony John.
Yeah, we sure could.
Yeah. So there's your future theme.
Because I refuse
wrote
to
for
watch
you.
January Jones.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that veto.
Yeah.
she's the worst.
Yes. I've
yes.
seen it written in
Yep.
stone somewhere.
But Tony January is.
Okay, pencil it in.
Tony genre.
January.
Tony genre. Do we have any Tony January Jones movies we could pull out?
I don't think so.
That-
I don't think he's actually made any U.S. movies that I know about. Like he hasn't done that like Jet Li crossover thing yet that I know of.
We need to
I
get
could be wrong.
January Jones over wherever he
Could be
is.
John wrong. I can't. I'm
What?
sorry. I don't need to add John to everything.
Ja.
Ja.
Ja, man.
What do you...
Anyway, is that it? We got nothing else. We've exhausted all of our options.
Chuck,
Yeah.
you got anything?
No, I'm cool. Hanging.
How about we do some? I don't know. Contact. Just-
Emails to bmf@bmfcast.com.
Yeah.
Go to the website, bmfcast.com. Do the buttons on the right-hand side. Do the Amazon search. We get money. You don't have to pay extra. It's nice. Do it.
and thank you to people that have.
Yes.
Yes.
And I don't know. Give us a call on the Garfield phone if you want to do that, which you probably should, because really, it's kind of we're kind of going through a drought, and we need to pick me up. I need to pick me up. I'm sad and depressed because you haven't called folks on the internet. 9105-JOCKS-BMF, 910-556-9263. Please help. Please respond.
Please help our sad BJ.
Yes.
There's nothing worse than a sad
Nothing worse than
BJ,
a
ladies
sad
and gentlemen.
BJ.
Please. Help.
All right.
All right, let's get out of here. I'm Harlow.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
Mackey's not here, and this is BMFcast Out. Fuck that guy.
Can you give me another BMFcast? BMFcast out.
And this is BMFcast Out.
All right.
Fuck that guy.
Because he was laughing / yeah.
I was laughing after you said
I
fuck
know.
that guy.
I know.
I like to laugh.
He likes to laugh.
I like to move it. Do.
So anyone that's so inclined, we will be back on Wednesday with a no quarters.
Yeah, we're going to talk about video games.
Video games.
That's why Mackey's not here. He can only do one this week, and
he picked
he's
no quarters
well,
because he hates you.
Well, he's played games. So
Yes, he hasn't-
we needed that.
Yeah. We do need a participant
Yeah.
who has played some games.
Yeah. So that's the story. And I'm sticking to it.
Yep. So come back Wednesday night,
Yeah, probably around 7:38, something like that.
7:38.
7:32 8. Exactly. We will
Wait,
start
7:32. How does that?
There's
Is
too
that
many
a weird
numbers.
time notation that I don't know?
7:32
Yeah.
Okay.
25 or 6.
We'll be broadcasting at 867-35309.
Yeah.
675-309.
All of those. So type that into your Googles.
Yeah. And we just got flagged by Tommy Two-Tone.
Right. For saying numbers.
Yes.
I'm sure those numbers are in pi somewhere.
I got it. I got the number.
Yeah. So we'll podcast about video games, and then
Yep.
that's it.
And then we'll die.
Yep.
That's how
And
that
on
works.
Sunday, there's wrestling.
Are you guys going to
Yep.
do another Wrestlecast?
Well, we got to kind of get the one we have up first.
It's up.
Is it?
It's
well,
out there.
It's out there.
It's on Twitter.
Yeah.
We'll just do this one too and add it to it, I guess.
Well, we
Fucking
need a
slackers.
logo. That guy. The guy that makes his logos.
Yeah, logo guy.
The guy we killed. We probably should have killed him before we had a
We should've
logo.
let him make the
I'll
logo
finish it up.
first.
I got mad paint
Shit.
skills.
Oh yeah, please.
Yes,
if
please.
you could. Jeez, I forgot to mention Fargo. Fargo's
Gee,
fucking
Fargo.
fantastic.
Oh, Fargo, the
Oh,
TV series?
show?
Yes, yes, it's so
Oh,
good.
jeez.
It
It's
looked
good?
like it was going to be nothing like the movie.
It's-
Like it looked like it wasn't going to have any of the kind of just rambly.
Is Billy Bob Thornton doing a Minnesotan accent?
No.
Dakota accent?
No, he's not from there.
No. No. I reckon you.
But yeah, that
I don't know,
show
it just
that
looked,
is
it
a
looked like it wasn't going to have any of the kind of awkward
nope. It
BS. It is totally
it's
Fargo.
it is a pretty good adaptation of a different story. Just another story in the Fargo universe.
okay.
Also not taking place in Fargo.
I gotcha. So no Francis McDormand.
No. There are enough parallels.
Hate it.
There's enough parallels to stuff in the movie, like in the first episode, to where you feel comfortable, but not like they're ripping it off, and then it just starts to go in its own direction.
Okay.
But
well,
the tone, the thematic, it's very much like the movie.
Okay.
So
Well, I can buy that.
Yeah.
That's on FX.
Yes.
Oh, they got
have
the
the
movies.
yeah, if you want to watch the Replacement Killers,
Cool.
Is Bulletproof Monk still on 74 times a day?
probably. They might
Man,
have
I
moved
haven't
that.
seen that enough.
They might have moved it to FXX.
Oh,
because they
FX.
needed programming.
FX Deuce.
Where I think they moved. It's
Archer.
Always Sunny.
Oh, was it, Always Sunny?
Yeah.
I knew it was one of them that dropped off. It was like,
Yeah.
you can't get this anymore.
And Always Sunny people have started showing up in Fargo. So
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
Kind of funny.
And there's a lot of.
It's
Coen
never
Brothers
sunny in
references
Fargo.
To it, it's like really like if you are a Coen Brothers aficionado, there are little jokes and references all.
Sorry, I still haven't watched Miller's Crossing. I'm getting to it.
All right, everybody. We're signing off.
I promise I'll watch it eventually. I have to but we're going to go
And we're
Join us Wednesday for No Quarters. Check us
Tuesday.
out on www.wwe.com.